The way I'm ready to eat the food, eh? I don't know why. Hey spicy fans, welcome back to the Spicy Kitchen. Your spicy girl, waiting here always for you. Today I am making okra stew. These are the ingredients that I'm using. Detailed ingredients lists are in the description below. It is okra stew, not okra soup. We have okra soup and we have okra stew. Some people make okra soup runny. Some make it thick and that's how they call it okra stew. But I am making okra stew in okra stew. And I'm going to start right away by steaming it. And by steaming this chicken, I am going to use stock. I want to show you how I use my stock for different things. I said the last time, I see a lot of people pouring stock away. Why would you steam meat, fish, and pour the stock away? You are pouring interesting nutrients away. I don't want to do that. So this is my gizzard stock. It is full of nutrients. It's packed full of nutrients. These are my chicken pieces. This is fresh chicken. He might have been alive yesterday in the morning. The stock has a lot of nutrients, a lot of spice, season. Because of that, I am not using lots of spices for the chicken. I just want to use any spice that will chickenize the chicken. This is oxtail season. I love it because of the taste and aroma. And these are mixed spices. The combination of these two really work with chicken for me. And one more beautiful ingredient. This is fish sauce. If you add fish sauce to steamed chicken, there is a description. I can't just describe it, but I have to tell you, it is so nice. It makes the chicken taste like, so I'm just going to use a little bit because I will actually add more money also. If you have not tried this, try, bet me. And stir that in nicely. The fish sauce has salt in it as well, and my stock that I'm using for it has salt, so I am not adding extra salt. Before I add the stock, I want to chop in some onions. Smells so nice. The onions are in there now. And this, those who know this know what it is. If you know, you know. This is tolo beef. I mean, salted beef in anything. It's so nice. It's definitely going in my stew today. This is just another. This part is very bony, and I like on the bones, sucking the bones. Wash your hands. The aroma of salted beef in food, it's something else. I am steaming it with my chicken. This is where the stock goes in. I'm showing you this is what I do, so that next time, those of you sisters who keep pouring stock away, you just pour stock in the sink. How? Pour it all in there. So you have double taste of everything in your stew or soup or whatever you add the stock to. You don't only add stock to jollof rice or anything. Use it for soups and stews as well. At this stage, I am waiting for these beauties to cook, become soft, and then I continue from there. Checking on our steaming chicken. It's steaming nicely, and as we wait for it to get ready, I want to quickly chop my okra. Those who don't know okra, this is how okra looks like. I just wash them nicely and I cut off their heads like this. This is how it is with the heads, with the stump. So I just cut off the stump. That's it. I have finished chopping my okra and just want to check on this beauty. Oh, the aroma. I can't describe it unless you do it and taste it yourself. I am sure my meat is nicely steamed for me. In fact, it's cooked. And my tolo beef. And I am now adding, I told you I'll add a little bit of more money. Here is it. It's just a little bit. Just a small one. It acts exactly like the fish sauce. But I want this one also in it. That's why I added just a little bit of the fish sauce. But if you don't have more money like this, you can use a bit more of the fish sauce. In goes my mayonnaise and my fish salt. This one is not Kobe, it's another type of fish salt. Salty fish. Did I say fish salt? Salt fish. Yes. So I'm just putting it in there, and it doesn't have to boil too much with it because I am going to put off the fire for the meat and I'll start the sauce and then we continue from there. Spicyfafa okra soup in the making. I want to chop my garden eggs. I will not chop them small like this. I just want to cut them into quarters. I've already washed and prepared them. I'm just leaving this one to show you how I did it. It's just like that. I cut it off like this and like that. So just cutting them into quarters. We like them like this. Okra stew is made in different ways. People make okra stews with or without vegetables. I always like vegetables in okra stew. And for the meat, you know, there are a lot of delicacies for okra stew, but that doesn't mean you should use all of them in one soup or one stew. You can have wele, crabs, fish, meat, chicken, any type of the mushrooms, snails. Oh, snails! I didn't get snails. When you like everything, it doesn't mean you should put all of them in one stew. I can add snails, fish, other things, but I don't want to overpack the stew. And whatever you use for okra stew, that's the taste it will give you. If you use fresh fish, it will give you that taste. If you use chicken, and this particular chicken, it will give you this very nice taste. If you use beef, it will. If you use smoked fish, it will. If you use snails, if you use crabs. So I know we all like the different tastes, but we try to put them together, which is not, you overwhelm the food. So just choose a little nice ones and use. I just want to prep the things quickly so that when I go in there, boom, boom, stew is ready. Because I'm hungry. Now I want to take this out and use the same pan for the I'm adding the stock as well. And the rest of the stock I'm pouring on the okra to use to beat it. I'll use it to beat the okra to make it drawy. This is my palm oil. Anytime I'm using palm oil, I treat it a bit before I use to get rid of any water in it. See, it doesn't look very original. I'm going to be very generous with my palm oil. Where I live, by the time palm oil reaches me, it's very, will I say insipid? Stale? Insipid? Rancid. I treat it with a little bit of salt fish and some onions. So I leave it there for it to fry with it. Right. Now chopping my onions properly. For the stew, I like these shapes. As I said, there are different types of okra stews. Some are runny and very drawy. Some are not runny and drawy. Some are very thick. Some are very light. I crave for any of them at any time. So whichever one you find yourself making is still very appetizing. I'm going to make lots and lots of different okra stews and soups Keep watching Spicyfafa for my tips. Now chopping my tomatoes as well. I don't want to blend anything. I want to see them in it grow like that. And my Scotch bonnets, seriously hot, these Scotch bonnets. So I'm just using 2 of the green ones. Hey. 2 of the green ones and 1 red one. My oil has been treated now, so I am immediately going to add my onions. I'm leaving some for later. I just get excited when I'm cooking, especially cooking okra stew. Okra stew. I'm going to eat okra stew. Eat okra stew. Sorry. Spicyfafa doesn't like overcooking vegetables, so I am adding next the tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes in now. Are you boiling, darling? Tomatoes doesn't take long to cook, and I'm not going to waste it. So soft, no. So the next thing goes in immediately. These beauties, I will cut the red one in 2s to expose the heat, and then I'll just pop for the aroma. It's so nice. Garden eggs take a bit longer time to cook before okra, so I'm adding them now. I love garden eggs in my okra stew. Some people don't like it, it's optional. If you don't like it, that's you. I love it. And to see garden eggs and taste garden eggs in okra stew, look how beautiful it is already. I like my garden eggs in my okra stew looking very big and chunky. This is stock cube. I am using the shrimp one. And oxtail season for taste and aroma and vavavoom. Stir that in nicely. And cover it up. Let it boil for it's now time to prep our okra, the chopped okra, to be drawy. But before then, I want to put back the chicken in here and some nice crabs. Crabs! Stir the chicken in. Egbe. I'm adding the stock. That's it. Stirring that stock very well. And then I'm adding the crabs. They are in halves. I cut them in halves. They came very well prepared. And they've been seasoned nicely with black pepper and a little bit of multi-purpose season. They are all going there with the crab juice. This is designer okra stew with the stock, juice, crab juice. Oops! Things happen in the kitchen, you know that. I have decided, as you can see, my pan is a little bit small for all these ingredients. So I'm just going to change the pan. Happens, doesn't it? I'll change the pan. It's not that the pan was small. It's just that, you see, the chicken has a lot of branches, bigger bones, and the chicken was a bit tall. It was taller than I thought. This is going to be a lot of stew for me. You see those things coming out and showing off themselves. This is smelling so nice already. I'm excited. Yeah, so waiting for this to cook. While we are waiting, I am going to try fry the okra. It's just a jargon. I'm going to make the okra draw. So we have put our stock here already. If you don't have the stock, you can just add water and then just keep playing with it like that and beat it. You can use a spoon to beat it, to whisk it. I like to use my hand like this, as you are doing. Hey. Because you cut the okra and exposed the inner parts, and the drawing will happen. You see, this okra has been sliced thinly. You can choose to slice yours big as well and in any shape. Look at that. My shoulder again. how drawy it is. If you want it even drawier, if you want it to draw more, just keep doing it. It will be seriously drawy. Sometimes I make okra stew and I don't do this. I just want to just eat the okra in it. I don't beat it. You try that one too and see. Ever had okra stew? Just try. So nice. And when you're making okra stew and you add too many water or stock in it, the okra stew, that is where you get it very runny. But if you don't want your okra stew to be very runny, just add minimum water. I think I'm alright with my okra preparation. We are checking on our stew. As you know, the chicken was cooked already and the crabs were fresh, but now they are cooked because they've changed color. If you're cooking crabs and they start, the extremities start going orange, you know they are ready. And the garden eggs are becoming soft. You don't want to over soften them, so this is where the okra, the power ingredient, is going in. Now when you reach here, you taste for salt if you are adding salt to yours. You taste for season, and then you taste for whatever you add, whatever you want to add to it. You taste whether it is in it. I have tasted mine and I like the pepper level, the salt level. Oh, look at this beauty. So I'm not adding any extra. I am just adding now the okra. I don't like disturbing it immediately I put it in it, so I'm just leaving it to boil, start boiling a bit for the heat to grab the okra. And then when it starts settling, I help it to settle well. If you are covering okra stew or soup, don't cover directly. Don't cover it totally, otherwise it might boil out of the pan. So cover it halfway or at all. I want to cover it just halfway. I am now going to check on my stew. You see what I mean? Hey. Now going to help it to really settle in. Okra too doesn't take long to cook, so it is almost getting ready, but we will let it boil a bit more, cook a bit more. Hey. Now I'm adding the last bit of the crunch. Extra onions, chunkily sliced for crunch. Stir that in, and then the heat goes off. The heat of the stew or soup, you call it, will soften those onions a little bit. I want it really crunchy. I don't want it cooked. So Spicyfafa stew, okra stew, done. Spicyfans, I have come to the end of one of Spicyfafa's okra stews. Guess what? I'm having this with Ewodémé Kplé. Ewodémé Kplé. Yay! I have made this Ewodémé Kplé before. I just put water on fire. When it was boiling, I made porridge out of it. Maize meal inside, and I cooked, and then I mashed cassava dough inside. I cooked. So this is how I prepared the Ewodémé Kplé. Ewodémé Kplé. So nice. And it was ready. Here is this. I am going to have it with these beauties. Watch me. As it's been wrapped, I just remove one. I wrap them here so that they will not stick to each other. Just put them in your ready bowl, and then you give it a treat. You put whatever you want. Look at the oil back on top. I like egg bee. Ooh. Crabs. More crabs.
So can we eat this quickly now, or I still need to wait?
People are hungry. Ooh.
I like the leg.
I know.
That I will tackle them. Akple.
You like the leg. You like legs, don't you? You like the leg. Oh my God. You like it? It's so nice.
Hard body chicken.
Hot body. Crabby. I like the legs of the crab too. I also like crab legs. Crab legs.
Crab leg.
We can eat.
This,
No time to sit.
the soup is civilized. What's the difference between stew and soup?
Stew is stew. And soup is soup.
Yeah. I see.
Oh my God, this is nice. Ready! Ta-da! Okro stew. Okro stew. I hate my manager right now. He's just looking at me and smiling as if I'm making mistakes and he's not telling me. Spicyfafa fans.